When I opened my eyes, fluorescent lights blurred above me. Someone was touching my neck. My hand shot up instinctively. "No!" I tried to say, but my voice came out like gravel. "Stop." A paramedic looked down at me. Scissors in hand, the delicate chain of my gold necklace dangling from the blades. "Ma'am, I need you to stay calm," he said. "That's my mother's necklace. I managed. The only thing I had left of her." He leaned closer, and his next words made my blood run cold. "This necklace is killing you. My name is Elena Vasquez. I'm 54 years old. For 28 years, I ran a small but successful interior design firm in Portland, Oregon. I thought I understood people, how to read them, how to trust the ones who mattered. I built my career on understanding what people wanted before they even knew themselves. Beautiful spaces that felt like home. But I never saw the ugliness hiding in my own home. I never imagined that the person I loved most in the world would be the one trying to erase me from it. Let me take you back to where this started. For 112 days ago, my birthday, March 15th in Portland, the rain was doing that thing it does here. Not quite falling, just hanging in the air like mist. My husband Marcus had planned dinner at our favorite restaurant, the little Italian place in the Pearl District, where we'd had our first date 31 years ago. Marcus is 56, though he looks younger. Everyone says so. Silver hair, runner's build, that easy smile that made me fall for him when I was 23 and he was 25. He worked in pharmaceutical sales. Did well, very well. We lived in a renovated Craftsman in Laurelhurst, drove nice cars, took trips to Italy and Greece. We'd built a good life together. Our daughter Simone was there that night. She's 29 now, works in tech marketing, lives in a condo downtown that Marcus and I helped her buy. She brought her boyfriend Nathan, who she'd been dating for about 8 months. He worked in finance, private equity, or venture capital, something I never fully understood. He had that polished look, expensive watch, expensive shoes, smile that never quite reached his eyes. After dinner, after the tiramisu and the candles and the singing, Simone handed me a small velvet box. "Mom, Nathan and I picked this out together. We wanted you to have something really special this year." I opened it slowly. Inside was a necklace. Gold chain, delicate and beautiful, with a small pendant. A locket, actually, heart-shaped, engraved with tiny flowers. "Open it," Simone said, her eyes bright. Inside the locket were 2 photos. One of me and my mother, taken the summer before she died. I was 19, she was 48. Breast cancer, aggressive. 6 months from diagnosis to gone. The other photo was of me and Simone when she was maybe 3 years old, both of us laughing at something just outside the frame. "Your mom would want you to have something beautiful," Nathan said. That smile again. "Simone told me you lost everything of hers in the fire." That was true. When I was 25, the apartment where I'd store my mother's things had burned down. Everything gone. Photos, jewelry, her wedding dress, all of it. This locket, these photos, it felt like getting a piece of her back. "Thank you," I whispered, tears already sliding down my face. "Both of you. It's perfect." Marcus fastened around my neck, right there at the table. The gold was warm against my skin. "Promise me you'll wear it," Simone said. "Every day. So she's always with you." "I promise," I said, and I meant it. If I'd known what that necklace really was, I would have thrown it into the Willamette River that very night. I would have asked questions that needed asking. But how could I know? How could anyone? The first month, nothing seemed wrong. April in Portland is beautiful. The cherry blossoms were out. I was working on a big project, a complete renovation of a historic home in the West Hills. Long days, good money, challenging work. The kind of thing I loved. The necklace sat against my collarbone every day. I never took it off. Not in the shower, not when I slept. It felt like keeping my mother close. Keeping that promise to Simone. Then May came. It started with headaches. I'd never been someone who got headaches. My mother used to get migraines that would put her in bed for days, but I'd somehow dodged that genetic lottery. Until now, though, constant pressure behind my left eye. Some days it would spread across my whole skull like someone was tightening a vise. I took ibuprofen, then stronger pain medication. Nothing really helped. Simone called one evening. "Mom, you sound tired. Are you okay?" "Just headaches," I said. "Probably stress. This West Hills project is massive." "You're working too hard," she said. "You need to take care of yourself." "Actually, Nathan and I want to talk to you and Dad about something. Can we come over this weekend?" They showed up Saturday afternoon. Marcus made coffee. We sat in the living room, the one I'd redesigned 3 years ago. Everything perfect. Everything exactly where it should be. "We're getting married," Simone announced. Her face was glowing. Marcus and I jumped up, hugged her, hugged Nathan. All the things you do when your daughter says she's getting married. I was happy, truly happy. My baby girl. "There's more," Nathan said. "We'd like to have the wedding at your house. Right here." Simone's always loved this place. It's where she grew up. It would mean a lot to us. "Of course," I said without hesitation. "Absolutely. We'd be honored." We spent the afternoon planning. Guest list, caterers, where to set up the ceremony in the backyard. My mind was already redesigning the space, seeing how it could work. This is what I did. Made spaces beautiful for the moments that mattered. By June, new symptoms appeared. Fatigue, crushing, relentless fatigue. I'd sleep 9 hours and wake up feeling like I hadn't slept at all. Some days I could barely get out of bed. I started canceling client meetings, missing deadlines. That had never happened before. Never. My assistant Julia was worried. "Elena, you don't look right. You need to see a doctor." So I did. My physician, Dr. Patterson, ran blood tests. Thyroid, vitamin levels, everything she could think of. "Everything looks normal," she said, frowning at the results. "Maybe it's perimenopause. That can cause fatigue and headaches." She prescribed hormone supplements. I took them religiously. Nothing changed. July brought the tremors. My hands would shake when I tried to hold a pencil, when I tried to sketch a design. I'm an artist. My hands are everything. Watching them betray me like that, watching my signature turn into illegible scribbles. It was terrifying. Marcus noticed. "Honey, maybe you should take a break from work. Focus on the wedding planning. Let yourself rest." That made sense. The wedding was in September, just 2 months away. I had plenty of savings. I could afford to step back. I hired a wedding planner, but I was still involved in every decision. Flowers, linens, lighting. This was my daughter's wedding. It had to be perfect. But every meeting left me exhausted. Every decision felt like moving through concrete. Simone and Nathan came by often. They'd stay for dinner, help around the house, talk about their future. Nathan was attentive, almost too attentive. He'd refill my water glass before it was empty, ask if I was feeling okay, remind me to take my medication. "You're so lucky to have a son-in-law who cares," Marcus said one night after they left. I agreed. At the time, I agreed. August was when things got truly frightening. I started having trouble with my balance. I'd stand up and the room would tilt sideways. I'd walk across a room and suddenly be grabbing for furniture to keep from falling. One afternoon, I was at the grocery store, Whole Foods on Burnside. I'd made that trip 1,000 times. But that day, I reached for a carton of eggs and the world just shifted. One moment I was standing. The next I was on the floor, my hips screaming in pain, eggs scattered everywhere. A store employee helped me up. A manager insisted on calling Marcus. I sat in their office, humiliated, hurting while I waited for him to arrive. "That's it," Marcus said when he got there. "You're seeing a specialist." The neurologist was a man named Dr. Huang. Thorough, careful, kind. He ran me through tests. Memory, coordination, reflexes. Then he ordered an MRI. When the results came back, his face was grave. "Mrs. Vasquez, I'm seeing some concerning patterns here. There's evidence of accelerated neurological decline. Given your symptoms and your family history, we need to start thinking about early-onset dementia." The words hit me like a physical blow. My mother had died at 48. I was 54. But my mother had cancer, not dementia. Sometimes these conditions can present differently across generations, he said gently. I'd like to start you on medication that can slow the progression. He prescribed something. I don't even remember the name now. Little white pills. Take 2 daily. I took them. Of course I took them. I was scared. I was watching myself disappear. The wedding was 3 weeks away. Simone wanted me to come dress shopping with her one more time. Final fitting. Mother-daughter day. I could barely make it through the appointment. The fluorescent lights in the bridal shop made my head pound. I kept losing track of what people were saying. Simone's face in the mirror, so beautiful in white, kept blurring in and out of focus. Mom, are you crying? She asked. I was. I didn't even realize it. You're just so beautiful, I said. I wish my mother could see you. Simone hugged me. I felt the necklace press against my chest. My mother's locket, the promise I'd made. Wear it every day. She can see me, Simone whispered. She's right there, right against your heart. 2 weeks before the wedding, I started having episodes. That's what the doctors called them. Episodes. I'd be sitting at the kitchen table and suddenly be somewhere else. Not physically, but mentally. I'd be 19 again, sitting in my mother's hospital room. Or 25, watching the apartment burn. Or 30, holding newborn Simone. Then I'd snap back. Minutes gone. Sometimes hours. Marcus was terrified. You can't be alone anymore, he said. What if you fall? What if something happens and no one's here? Simone and Nathan offered to move in temporarily, just until after the wedding, just to help out. They took the guest room. Nathan worked from home most days, so he was always there, always watching, making sure I took my pills, making sure I ate, making sure I was okay. I should have been grateful. I know that, but something about it felt wrong. I couldn't put my finger on what. Just a whisper in the back of my mind. A whisper I ignored. The week before the wedding, I lost 10 pounds. I wasn't trying to. Food just tasted like nothing. Eating felt like a chore. My clothes hung off me. The skin on my face looked gray, papery. Mom, you have to eat, Simone insisted, watching me push food around my plate. Please, for me, you need your strength for Saturday. Saturday, the wedding, in my house. In my beautiful house that I might not even remember designing soon. Are you watching this at home right now? Do you have children? Do you know what it's like to realize you might not remember their wedding? Their future children? The shape of their face? I tried to be strong. I tried to smile. But inside I was drowning. Friday night, the rehearsal dinner. It was small. Just family and the wedding party. Nathan's parents flew in from Boston. Wealthy people. The kind who summer in the Hamptons and winter in Aspen. They looked at me with something like pity. This sick woman. This burden their son was marrying into. After dinner, I excused myself. I needed air. I walked out to the backyard where the ceremony would be the next day. White chairs already set up. Arbor covered in flowers. String lights waiting to be turned on. It was beautiful. I'd done good work. I touched the necklace at my throat. The gold was warm, always warm against my skin. Mom, I whispered, I need you. I don't know what's happening to me. The wind moved through the trees. No answer came. Saturday morning, I woke up in fog. Thick, impenetrable fog inside my head. Marcus helped me dress. A soft blue dress that used to fit perfectly, but now needed a belt to stay on. Hair and makeup done by professionals because my hands were shaking too badly to do it myself. You look beautiful, Marcus said, but his eyes were wet. The ceremony was at 4 p.m. I remember fragments. Simone walking toward Nathan. Her dress catching the light. Vows being exchanged. My daughter becoming someone's wife. I remember less of the reception. Faces swirling around me. Music. Dancing. People hugging me. Congratulating me. I smiled. I said the right things. I think I said the right things. By 8 p.m. I was done, completely spent. Marcus walked me upstairs to our bedroom. Rest, he said. I'll make excuses for you. I lay down on the bed, still in my blue dress. The necklace felt heavy around my neck. So heavy, I must have slept. When I woke, it was dark. The music downstairs had stopped. I could hear voices, low and murmuring. Cleanup crew, probably. I needed water. My mouth felt like sand. I got up slowly, holding on to furniture as I made my way to the door. As I reached the hallway, I heard voices from downstairs. Nathan's voice, clear, sharp, angry. When? Soon. That was Marcus. My Marcus. The doctors say maybe 6 months. Maybe less. The decline is accelerating. And the house is in both your names? Joint tenancy. When she goes, it transfers to me automatically. No probate. Silence. Then Nathan again. And you're sure about the insurance? $2 million. I increased it last year. She never noticed. I grabbed the railing. The floor was tilting under me. Once we have a house and the insurance payout, Marcus continued, Simone and I can be set up properly. You kids deserve a real start, not just some condo, a real home. What about the business? Nathan asked. I'm already handling it. Transfer the assets to my name 3 months ago. She signed the papers. Didn't even read them. Barely knew what she was signing. And if someone questions it, if someone looks too closely? Marcus laughed. It was a sound I'd never heard before. Cold, calculated. Who's going to question it? She's been deteriorating for months. Everyone's seen it. The doctors have documented it. It's tragic. Early-onset dementia, just like we told everyone. Natural causes. But it's not natural, is it? Another silence. Longer this time. Then Marcus spoke again, and his words changed everything. The necklace was genius. I'll give you that. Where did you even find something like that? Dark web, Nathan said. Guy in Eastern Europe. Specializes in this kind of thing. Slow-acting radiation. Embedded in the gold. Undetectable, unless you know exactly what to look for. It's been done before. Insurance fraud. Inheritance schemes. No one ever suspects jewelry. The hallway spun around me. I pressed my hand against the wall. And the pills? Marcus asked. Same guy. Not medication. Neurotoxin. Low doses. Builds up over time. Combined with the radiation, it's perfect. Looks exactly like early neurological decline. Every symptom matches. I wanted to scream. I wanted to run downstairs and claw their eyes out. But my legs wouldn't move. My voice wouldn't come. How much longer? Marcus asked. The source says another month, maybe 2. She's already at toxic levels. Her organs are starting to fail. It'll look like the dementia, just progressed faster than expected. Sometimes that happens. No one will question it. I heard footsteps. They were moving toward the stairs. I don't remember how I got back to the bedroom. Somehow my body moved. Somehow I made it to the bed before they came upstairs. I lay there, eyes closed, pretending to sleep while Marcus changed the bed. He kissed my forehead. Sleep well, honey, he whispered. I wanted to vomit. That night, I didn't sleep. I couldn't. Every time I closed my eyes, I heard their voices. The necklace was genius. Your organs are starting to fail. My husband, my daughter, my son-in-law, together, killing me. For what? Money? A house? An inheritance? I thought about the past 9 months. Every symptom. Every doctor's visit. Every concerned look from Simone. Every pill Marcus handed me with water. All of it a lie. They weren't helping me. They were murdering me. By morning, I knew what I had to do, but I had to be smart. If I confronted them, they'd know I knew. They might accelerate things. Or worse. I needed help. I needed proof. I needed someone I could trust. Monday morning, I told Marcus I had a doctor's appointment. He offered to drive me. I insisted on going alone. I need to feel independent, I said, making my voice small and sad. Well, I still can. He looked relieved. Okay, but call me if you need anything. I didn't go to the doctor. I went to a coffee shop 3 neighborhoods over. I found a corner table and made a call to my old college roommate, Rebecca. She's an attorney now. Corporate law. Smart. Tough. Someone I'd trust with my life. When I told her everything, when I explained about the conversation I'd overheard, she was silent for a long moment. Elena, she finally said, this is serious. Life-threatening serious. You need to go to the police. Now. I need proof first, I said. It's my word against theirs. My daughter, my husband, people I've lived with for decades. And everyone thinks I'm losing my mind. Who's going to believe me? Okay, Rebecca said. Okay, we'll get proof. But first, you need to stop wearing that necklace. Today, right now. My hand went to my throat. The gold chain. My mother's locket. Except it wasn't, was it? It was never hers. It was a weapon. A murder weapon disguised as a gift. I can't just take it off, I said. They'll know something's wrong. Simone made me promise to wear it every day. Then we'll have to be smart about this, Rebecca said. Here's what we're going to do. Over the next 2 weeks, I became an actress. I continued taking the pills Marcus gave me, but I started hiding them under my tongue and spitting them out later. I kept wearing the necklace during the day, but at night, after Marcus fell asleep, I'd take it off and put it in a lead-line box that Rebecca had gotten me, a photographer's film storage box. Basic radiation protection. I kept up the act. Confused. Weak. Fading. While inside, I was getting stronger. Clearer. My head stopped hurting. The tremors began to ease. My balance improved. Rebecca worked behind the scenes. She hired a private investigator. Former FBI. He tracked the money trail. Found the transfers of my business assets. Found the increased life insurance policy. Found communication between Nathan and a seller on the dark web. She also got me in touch with a specialist, a toxicologist. I gave him the pills. 1 week later, he confirmed they contain a neurotoxic compound designed to mimic dementia symptoms. Accumulative. Deadly over time. The necklace was harder. To test it properly, I'd have to give it up. But if I did that, they'd know. We need to catch them, Rebecca's investigator said. His name was Tom. Salt and pepper hair, tired eyes, the look of someone who'd seen too much. We need them on record, admitting to it. How? I asked. You were a wire, Tom said. You confront them. You get them talking. The thought terrified me. But what choice did I have? We planned it carefully. The day I chose was a Tuesday, October 15th, 1 month after the wedding. Marcus was at work. Simone and Nathan were at their condo. I called Simone, made my voice shake. Honey, can you come over? I need to talk to you and your dad. It's important. Of course, Mom. Is everything okay? Please, I said, just come. They arrived within an hour. All 3 of them. Marcus must have left work early. They sat in my living room, my beautiful living room, concern on their faces. Such believable concern. I was wearing the wire Tom had given me, taped to my ribs under my shirt. He was parked down the street in an unmarked van listening. What's wrong, Mom? Simone asked. I looked at her, really looked at her. This woman I'd given birth to. This stranger I no longer knew. I'm dying, I said simply. Marcus reached for my hand. I pulled it away. We know, honey, he said gently. The doctors have explained. No, I interrupted. I'm dying because you're killing me. The room went very still. Mom, what are you talking about? Simone's voice was careful. Too careful. The necklace, I said. The pills. I heard you. That night, after the wedding. I heard everything. Marcus's face changed. The mask slipped, just for a second. But I saw it. You're confused, he said. The dementia. I don't have dementia, I said, and my voice was steel now. I have radiation poisoning. From the necklace you 3 gave me. The beautiful gold necklace that's been slowly killing me for 9 months. Nathan stood up. This is crazy. We should call our doctor. Sit down, I said. All of you. Sit down and tell me why. Mom, you're not making sense, Simone started. Why? I shouted. Why would you do this? I'm your mother. I gave you everything. We had a good life. We had enough. Why? The silence stretched out. Then Marcus laughed. That same cold laugh I'd heard that night. Enough, he said. Elena, enough was never the plan. This house is worth $1.2 million. Your business, another $800,000. The insurance, the savings, investments. Combined, we're talking almost $4 million. You were going to die eventually anyway, Nathan added. His voice was matter-of-fact, business-like. This way just speeds up the timeline and ensures the assets transfer cleanly. I looked at Simone, my baby girl. And you? What's your excuse? Her face crumpled. Real tears now, but I didn't care anymore. You don't understand, she sobbed. Nathan and I want to start a life. Real life. We want to travel, to live, not just survive. And you were going to live for maybe 30 more years. Hoarding everything while we scrape by. I gave you a condo, I said quietly. I paid for your education. I was going to help with your wedding, with your future kids. I never hoarded anything from you. It wasn't enough, she said. It was never going to be enough. There it was. The truth. Raw and ugly. The recording was running. Every word captured. So you decided to kill me, I said. We decided to help you along, Marcus corrected. You go peacefully. Surrounded by people who love you. No pain. Just sleep. It was kinder than cancer. Kinder than what your mother went through. The mention of my mother, the weapon they disguised as her memory. That broke something in me. Get out? I whispered. Elena, Marcus started. Get out of my house. They left, all three of them. Simone crying. Nathan stone-faced. Marcus with that same cold expression. Tom came in 5 minutes later. We got it all, he said. Every word. That's enough for the DA. The arrests happened the next morning. Marcus at his office. Simone and Nathan at their condo. The charges were attempted murder, conspiracy, fraud, a list as long as my arm. The trial took 8 months. The evidence was overwhelming. The necklace tested positive for radioactive isotopes. The pills confirmed as neurotoxic. The financial records showed the theft. The dark web communications tracked to Nathan's computer. The wire recording played in open court. Their lawyers tried everything. They claimed I was mentally unstable. They said the recording was coerced. They argued that the evidence could have been planted. None of it worked. Marcus got 30 years. Murder for hire, insurance fraud, theft of marital assets. He'll be 86 when he gets out. If he gets out, Nathan got 35 years. He was the one who sourced the weapon, who knew exactly what he was doing. First-degree attempted murder. Simone got 15 years. Her lawyer argued she was manipulated, controlled by Nathan and Marcus. Maybe that was partly true. The jury showed some mercy. She'll be 44 when she's released, if she served her full term. I haven't visited any of them. I don't know if I ever will. After the trial, I sold everything. The house held too many ghosts. Too many memories that had been poisoned. I moved to Seattle. Started over. New city. New name. Well, my maiden name. Elena Reyes. The name I had before I married Marcus. The doctors say I was lucky. The radiation exposure was significant, but I stopped it in time. Another month and the damage would have been irreversible. My organs are functioning normally now. The tremors are gone. The fog in my head lifted. I'm 55 now. I started a new design firm. Smaller this time. Just me and 2 assistants. I take on projects I care about. Homes for people I believe in. I don't work for money anymore. I work because I love it. There's a man I've been seeing. His name is David. We met at a pottery class. Of all places, he's a widower. His wife died in a car accident 5 years ago. He has 2 grown sons who check in on him regularly, who actually love him. We take things slow. Coffee dates. Walks along the waterfront. We talk about art and books and the small joys of being alive. I haven't told him my whole story yet. Maybe someday I will. Maybe not. What I've learned is this. Family isn't always blood. Sometimes the people who share your DNA are the most dangerous ones. And sometimes the family you build, the people who choose to care without agenda, they're the ones who save you. I think about Simone sometimes. Late at night when I can't sleep, I think about the baby I held 29 years ago, the toddler who called me mama, the teenager who came to me with her problems. Where did I lose her? Or was she always capable of this, and I just didn't want to see it? I don't have answers. Probably never will. But I know this. I'm alive. Against all odds, against their plans. I'm here. I wake up every morning in my little apartment overlooking Elliott Bay. I watch the sunrise paint the water gold. And I remember that I almost didn't get to see another sunrise. That necklace sits in an evidence locker somewhere. Or maybe they destroyed it after the trial. I don't know. I don't care. I bought a new necklace. Simple silver chain with a small compass pendant. North, south, east, west. A reminder to keep moving forward. To never stay in one place long enough to become a target. I look at it sometimes in the mirror and think about second chances. How rare they are. How precious. If you're watching this, I want you to know something. Trust your instincts. If something feels wrong, it probably is. Don't ignore that whisper in the back of your mind. The one that says pay attention. Look closer. Ask questions. And if someone you love starts acting differently, if they suddenly become overly attentive, overly helpful, ask yourself why. What changed? What do they want? I'm not saying everyone is out to hurt you. Most people are good. Most families are safe. But some aren't. And you need to be smart enough to tell the difference. My name is Elena Vasquez. I'm 55 years old. I'm an interior designer, a survivor, and someone who learned that the most beautiful packages can contain the ugliest truths. The gift that almost killed me taught me the most important lesson of my life. Pay attention. Stay alert. Trust yourself. And never, ever ignore what your gut is telling you. Because sometimes the people closest to you are the ones standing furthest from the truth. And sometimes the only person you can truly trust is yourself. I'm still here, still standing, still alive, and that's enough.